welcome back to another Sunday prep day. If you're new here, every Sunday I prep for the week. So that means cutting on my vegetables, and today I'm also going to make some low-carb wraps out of some cauliflower. So while I cut up some onions, let's go over the menu. So it's Sunday today, so for lunch, on my cheat day, I'm going to have some sandwiches. I have some little baguettes. And I have some spreadable cheese and some ham, I think I'm going to put on that. And then for dinner tonight, I'm going to make some sloppy joes. So I'm going to cut up lots of veggies, and I'm going to do some beef and serve that with some rolls. Then Monday, Meatless Monday. For lunch, I'm going to have some of those low-carb wraps with some falafel. And I just bought some falafel this time. I'm not making them myself. Sometimes I do. But this time, they were on sale, so I just bought some. And then for dinner, I'm going to have some more falafel because I bought a big container. But this time I'm going to have with like a couscous salad. So that's couscous mixed with peppers, parsley, cucumber, some lime juice, all that good stuff. And then we're on Tuesday for lunch, low-carb wraps, probably with some chicken and some lettuce and cucumber. Maybe some peppers. We'll see. And then for dinner, I'm going to do Taco Tuesday. So I'm just going to make some tacos with some beef, some hard shell tacos, some pepper, some onions, some garlic, chilies. And I think I'm going to use either tomato puree or more likely some of that pepper and tomato puree that I've been really into lately. So, and some cheese, of course, and maybe some sour cream. So, this onion I'm just gonna dice up. So that was Tuesday. For Wednesday, for lunch, I'm gonna do some Brussels sprouts sauteed with some bacon and different veggies. So I'll do some carrots, some onions, some chilies, just a lot of veg, like a little stir fry. And then for dinner, I'm gonna do a rice bowl or a noodle bowl with some chicken. So I'm gonna do some spicy green beans. And I think I'll use up the last of that acar campur, that Indonesian style pickle that I have, because that's been in the fridge for a while. That needs to be used up at some point. Then for Thursday, low carb wraps again. No, actually, not low carb wraps. I think I'm going to use the wrap as a pizza base. So I'm going to do low carb pizza. That's always interesting. So with some cheese, with some veggies, with some ham. And I'm just chopping up these spring onions because I had some left in the fridge and I'm just trying to use them up. So every week I cut up a bunch and just throw them in. I can put them in my stir fry, I can put them in my sloppy joes. Or I could put them in the pasta with bacon that I'm going to have Thursday for dinner. So that is Thursday sorted, and then Friday we'll have to see exactly how many wraps I have, because the head of garlic is a little, not head of garlic, head of cauliflower is a little smaller than I remember, but if I have wraps left over, I'm going to have some wraps with some salmon, and if not, I'll just have salmon with some kind of veggie. I still have, I'll have things left over, like some green beans probably, I always have like green beans in the freezer and some spinach and things like that. So that's just going to be a leftover day. And then for dinner on Friday, Fish Friday, I'm going to have some broccoli with some salmon and some potatoes. I still have those small potatoes left over. The purple ones, the red ones, and the yellow ones. So, trying to use those up. Yeah, for Christmas and stuff, I just bought so many veggies and because things are on sale, and I wanted to have some options. And now I'm just trying to make sure those things actually get used up. So, here I have some garlic for my sloppy joes, for my pasta, for, yeah, just a bunch of things. Just running my knife through, get them as thick as I want, or small as I want, thin. So, let's get those in a container. And let's get working on some peppers. So I have a half a pepper left over from yesterday. I made some pizza with my nephew. So I only used half, so today I'm using the other half. And then I have a couple more, some greens, some reds, some yellow. And those are going to go in my pasta, in my tacos, in my sloppy joes. A bunch of things. I do like chilies. So, and I'm just using different colors just to have different colors, really. I prefer red, yellow, orange over green. Green tends to be a little bit more bitter because that's the immature fruit. Same as with peppers, but they're all good to me. And I just like having a bunch of color. So I also have this little jalapeno. And I will take the seeds out of that just because there's a lot of seed in there. Not because of the spice or anything. So just take that out. And I'll just cut those into ribbons. That should be plenty of peppers for a couple of meals. Then I have some peppers. So these are, someone please tell me, am I correct? Are these Anaheim? We just call them pointy pepper, puntpaprika in Dutch. So, there is the Dutch word of the week, puntpaprika. That's a pointy pepper. So, again, these are going to go in my stir fry with Brussels sprouts. These are going to go in my pasta. These are going to go in my tacos. So I'm just cutting them lengthwise. And then across to make some cubes. Oh, these are also going to go in my couscous salad. Traditionally for like a tabbouleh or something you would use tomatoes. I just don't like raw tomatoes that much. I prefer peppers. So I'm just going to do just that. But yeah, let me finish doing that with this red pepper, and then I'll do the same with the yellow one. That's yellow, and then my green one. Just have a big pepper. So again, just cut in half, take the seeds out, and the stem. And then cut it one way and perpendicular. Okay, that is peppers. And then for my sloppy joes, I still have a little bit of celery left, so I'm just gonna slice that up. Then next up, let's do some carrot. So I need some for my stir fry with Brussels sprouts And I need some for my pasta. And there was one other thing I needed it for. What was that? Let me check my menu. That was for pasta, the Brussels sprouts, and the sloppy joes. So I'm just gonna slice them nice and small. And then I have a little bit left. And I'm just gonna grab my julienne slicer and quickly julienne that, and I'll just use that for my things like my wraps. And that's not my julienne slicer, that's my regular slicer. So julienne slicer, and just quickly get that done. And there we go. I can just throw that on some of my wraps. Then next up for my couscous salad, some parsley. So I'm just gonna bunch that up, give that a rough chop, and just to get it smaller and easier to work with. And then I'll just keep running my knife through until it's nice and fine. And next up are some cucumbers, again for my couscous salad. Well, at least one or two of them, and the rest I'll do into little slices for my wraps. So just gonna cube these up. And these two I'll just cut into slices. Okay, that is cucumber. Then next up, I need some lettuce. So let's cut off some of these sides, and I'll just shave them nice and thin, like shredded lettuce. And that is lettuce done. Then what's up next? Some broccoli. So I need enough for one meal. So I'm just gonna cut off these florets and make sure they're in bite-sized pieces. Then next up, I have some cauliflower, and I'm gonna turn that into some low-carb wraps. So for that, I just need to, I'm not gonna cut this all by hand, I'm just gonna use my food processor, but I will tear it into bigger chunks that will fit in the filling tube for my food processor. So I just have my grater attachment on here, and I'm just going to put that through. So that's the cauliflower. You can do it with cauliflower, you can do it with broccoli. So I'm actually going to use some broccoli stems that I had left over, and I'm just going to put those in as well. And again, I'll just cut them small enough that they fit through the tube. When you've put that through the grater attachment, it looks something like this. So now I'm just going to put that in the microwave for 4 minutes. And while that's doing its thing, I'm just going to cut up some green beans to go with my rice or noodle bowl. And here I also have some Brussels sprouts to go in my Brussels sprout stir fry. So I'm just gonna take off the bottom bit, and that should let the outer leaves come off easily, and I'll just cut them in half, and I'll do that to, we'll see how much. It's a bit much from one meal, but we'll see how much I have over after I've cleaned them up. And I think that's enough sprouts for one portion. So let me put a clean towel down. And here I have my cauliflower and broccoli. And I'm just going to spread that out so it cools down a little bit quicker, because it's way too hot to handle now. So I'm just doing a thinner layer. And once that's cooled down, I will squeeze all the moisture out, and I'll make my my wraps. So, but yeah, need to cool this down first, and I need to preheat the oven. So I'll see you back in a moment. Okay, my broccoli and cauliflower is cool enough now that I can touch it. So I'm wrapping this up in this clean towel. And by the way, I'm preheating my oven at the highest it will go, because you really want to roast everything. But yeah, just gonna wrap everything up in here and squeeze all the juice out as much as you can. It takes a bit to get started. But yeah, anytime you think you're done, just move things around and squeeze it even tighter, because more will come out. And yeah, just keep going until it starts to form into a ball. That will mean it's dry enough. And to my dough, I'm just going to add some grated cheese. I'm just using a mixture of Emmental and mozzarella. You can use any cheese you want as long as it melts nicely. Low moisture mozzarella is probably the best for this. And I'm just going to add 1 egg. And I'm going to mix this all together. The egg is going to bind it, and the cheese is going to make it nice and pliable. If you don't add cheese, it gets really brittle. But yeah, just mix this all together really well. And then here I have a tortilla press. You can roll it out or just push it out with your hand, because it's really easy to work with dough. But since I have a tortilla press, that just makes things a lot easier. So I'm going to take about a golf ball in size, and as you can see, it holds its shape. That means that I got out enough moisture. So put it just towards the hinge point of the middle. Put another piece on top of this parchment paper and squeeze. And put that on a baking sheet. And I'll just keep doing that. I'll reuse the top piece that I just took off as a new bottom piece. Golf ball size. New piece on top. And squeeze. And I'll just keep doing that until I run out of dough. And I got 8 wraps out of this, so that's perfect. I'm just going to put them in the oven. Like I said, the highest it will go, so that's 250 Celsius for me. And these will take 8 to 12 minutes, depending on how hot your oven is and everything. So you want to keep an eye on it. Check out after about 8 minutes. And then when it starts to brown around the edges, that's when you want to take it out. It's perfect right then. And keep an eye on it, because with all the cheese and everything in it, it will burn really quick. So yeah, I'll just check back in a couple minutes and see if it's ready. And there we go. That's my wraps done. You can see they're just starting to brown around the edges, getting a little bit of color on them. You don't want to let them go any further than this, because they'll get very, very crispy and not in the good way. But yeah, this ended up taking exactly 10 minutes, and after about 6 or 7 minutes, I turned them around in the oven so that the front and the back was getting equal amounts of browning. So, but yeah, I'm just gonna let these cool off, and then they can go in the fridge for a couple of days, and they're ready to use for lunches. So, yeah, that's everything for this week. Everything is prepped, ready to go. I can have lunch or dinner on the table in minutes. If you like this kind of content, I do this every single Sunday. And if you want to see what I do with all of this, about once a month, I post a video where I show you everything I eat in a day for a whole week. And I posted one a little over a week ago, I think. So, And you can also check out my Instagram where I post every single meal. So yeah, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and thank you for watching. Until next time, bye for now.